Dang, 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 dang. Hello, it's time for another PropDog product review, and this week in the hot seat is Ollie Mealing with one question. Produced by Vanishing Ink. It's in a very nice box. If you haven't watched the trailer, which does show quite clearly what the routine is, it is a routine based upon the old party game. I think some people call it Who Am I, or What's My Name, where you'd sit around in a circle and each person would write the name of a celebrity or someone famous, and you'd put it on each other's heads, so the person who's got the name on the head doesn't know what it is, and you'd go round and you ask questions, and eventually you've got to try and figure out who you've got written on your forehead. So that is the basic premise of one question, apart from instead of having the name of a celebrity, it is done with playing cards. Not to say you couldn't change the playing cards for blank cards with celebrities written on, for example, or anything like that. So, don't think it is just for playing cards. First of all, let me just show you what you get in the box. So what you get in the box basically is, if I can get into it, it's a very nice box, isn't it? Eh? Very, yep, best bit. Here we go. You get a deck of cards, which are, for the most part, completely ordinary, and that you've probably already got at home. Apart from there is one gimmicked card in there, and one little something to help you make another gimmick card should anything go wrong with your gimmick. But in theory, I reckon that gimmick should last you forever. And of course, you get the wee post-it notes. These are standard post-it notes, and they are the brand. But there you go, any size post-it note will do, but the smaller the better if you're carrying it around, I guess. Alternatively, you can just lick and stick, which is how I first saw it done. So one of the things about this routine is the premise of using that party game as a mentalist effect isn't new. I've certainly seen it done, certainly by Wayne Dobson and Dietrich, with what was originally in a wallet called Heads Up. They then produced the AF wallet, which has the same feature in it, which is essentially the same method, or very similar, broadly speaking. So there's nothing terribly new that Ollie has actually brought to the table here, apart from perhaps maybe just a little bit of scripting and putting a gimmick into the deck of cards as opposed to a wallet or on the box or something else you might be holding. So that's made it slightly more organic. And if you watch the routine and if you enjoyed it, it's a nice bit of whimsy. It wouldn't class as any strong mentalism effect. Wouldn't really class as terribly strong card effect in my book. I guess that's how you play it. For me, it's a little bit of fun. The only way I'd do it is if I've done some tricks beforehand with a deck of cards. So as far as I'm concerned, the cards are normal and they can be handled pretty fairly. You can do card tricks with the gimmick still in the deck. You could, it will hide in plain sight if you like. So I'd do a few card tricks first, and then maybe just go in and do this one for a little bit of a gag at the end. The other problem is that the method, I feel, is quite transparent. I don't know, but if you ever tell anyone that they've got a mark on their forehead, the first thing they go and do is to look in something very similar to this or whatever. And also, I've done it before, actually cheating whilst playing the game. If you've read a book by Justin Hyam called Reflections, he's got a brilliant ideas on organic, around the environment, ways of doing this exact same thing. But, so, having said all of that, not an original premise, not a terribly original method, but it's still, he has quirked it, it is quite nice. It is a bit of whimsy. It's $21.99. If you like it, if it made you laugh, if you thought you'd do it, if it's up your street, then it's absolutely fine. Really, the other thing is they could have just given you the gimmick. Everyone's got a deck of cards at home. Post-it notes aren't exactly hard to come by. So really, I would have preferred it to be just in in an envelope to save the environment, perhaps, and just perhaps £9.99. But they've bumped the price up. They've tried to give you as much as possible, probably to justify that price. But yeah, it's up to you if you like the routine. I didn't find it particularly strong. I think most people will have a good guess at the method. But all that being said, it's your personal choice. It's £21.99, and it's a bit of fun. So there you go. Ollie Mealing, one question.